Welcome back to my channel, guys. It's Dennis from Simplify Investing. Today, I want to talk about a really exciting day in the stock market. I mean, there was a lot of news coming out today. Past week has been very, very newsworthy. As you can see here, stock rally. Dow's up 1.7%. NASDAQ up 2.3%. Tech had a beautiful day today. If you guys remember Friday when Trump came out with the news that he had the illness and he was going to the hospital, Tech got hit really heavy. They were down about 2.2%, I believe, at the market close. But today, looks like everything pretty much recovered. If you aren't aware, Trump is actually leaving the hospital. He announced it at about 3 p.m. today, and he's leaving at 6:30 p.m. tonight. His physician and his other health officials have come out and made a press conference talking about him getting out and how well he's doing, et cetera, et cetera. As you can see here, everything was doing pretty well, but the only thing that took a little bit of a beating or didn't do as well is recovery. This right here is a few different stocks that I follow that just specifically on the travel industry. You know, hotels, cruises, airlines, they didn't have the best day, but everything else, I mean, if you invested in tech, you did really well. If you also listened to my suggestion on the Container Store, it did phenomenal. I think it was up a little bit over 9% today. That stock has been on fire. I spoke about that stock when I was about $6, and it's done extremely well. Next up, I did want to talk about a few things in this article. As you can see here, again, they just go into the 1.7% gain in the Nasdaq, and in the Dow, and they also talked about Regeneron. We did make a video on this yesterday. The two stocks that I'm watching, I'll put the link to that in the description down below. As you can see here, I hope someone actually listened to my advice. It did a really nice pop in the morning, as you can see here, at around 9:38, 9:40. It went all the way up to 619, I believe. Yeah, almost 620 right here. That's the day range. That's as high as it peaked. If you bought it at market close Friday, you did extremely well. I don't think it's too late to buy this. I think if more news of him coming out and fully recovering, I think it's going to be really great for the stock. I mean, as you can see, 7% in just one day. This right here was a little bit of a spike again back when Trump announced that he was leaving the hospital. As you can see, I believe that he announced this news around 2:40 over Twitter. And you can see here it spiked all the way up to about 613 and then just came right back down. I did also want to talk about Gilead Science. They're the people that actually make remdesivir, which is Trump so far. His physician came out and said that he's taken 3 doses of, and I believe he's still going to be taking it once he leaves the actual hospital, which some physicians have came out and said that's not probably the best idea. Nonetheless, he's probably going to still be taking a few more doses. I believe they suggested about 10 doses total. That's like the normal requirement usually. But as you can see here, again, this stock did really well on the news. Not as good as the other stock, Regeneron, but still nonetheless did pretty damn well. Next up, I did want to talk about Donald Trump's Twitter. If you're not aware of this, Donald Trump is very, very, very active on Twitter. He goes on these Twitter rants. I mean, sometimes he posts as much as about 20 tweets a day, and I mean, that's pretty conservative. As you can see here, since early this morning, he just went on a Twitter rant. Of course, you know, promoting his Trump and his him getting ready for the election, et cetera, et cetera. But still, nonetheless, this gave the stock market a lot of confidence that it needed, saying that he kind of felt back to normal and felt like he needed to promote himself. And a lot of people are going to say, well, oh, this could just be a part of his team that are just making these tweets. I think there's a good way to decipher these tweets. If you follow Donald Trump on Twitter for quite a bit, you can tell when it's his tweets. When he uses certain language and he uses certain just language and words in his tweets, and he sometimes misspells words. That's how you know when it's Donald Trump, and I think that's something really important to keep in mind. But as you can see here, he just went on today: pro-life, vote, massive regulation cuts, vote. I mean, all these have vote, as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, he just went off today, 9. Just kept going on. So this gave a lot of the market confidence that he's feeling back to normal, that he's fully functional. Over the weekend, obviously, we had a lot of stressful news come out where he got admitted to the hospital. He took oxygen before he got into the hospital. But I didn't get a chance to make this video yesterday. This actually got released right after I uploaded a video. So as you can see here, Trump yesterday went out and he went out the hospital, left the hospital, even when he still had COVID, and said hi to his Trump supporters and his supporters that were outside the hospital. And of course, this was a great marketing decision on the behalf of Trump. I'm not saying it was a smart thing to do, because it probably was not. But at the end of the day, Trump didn't care about that. Trump cared about rallying these people and getting them excited to vote. That's what he's focused on right now. And another thing that I think he was thinking about was that just because he did this today, or I guess you could say yesterday, Sunday, more people are going to be outside that hospital hoping that he's going to come back and do another round. So I think this just was a genius play on Trump, especially since he can't really go out and go to different states and do rallies. This is going to be a really big determinant. Now, I'm not saying this was the best idea, especially to contain the spread, but nonetheless, I think there was a method to his madness. Lastly, I did want to mention futures, stock futures. As you can see, S&P, NASDAQ, Dow, all of them are pretty much holding their gains of the day, which I think is pretty important because I thought they were going to lose a lot of that gains. I thought there was a lot of hype and momentum at the end of the closing just because of what Trump came out and announced that he was leaving the hospital. But it looks like the market's doing, just fine. It's kept most of its gains. Obviously, futures is not closed at the moment. Right now, it's only about 510, but it's still interesting to see. But again, if you're new here, please hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be releasing a lot more updates on this and just daily uploads. Also, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll catch you guys on the next one.